Well, you're fired up about this one this morning. Bergdahl, just 6 weeks ago, he was released by the Taliban back here in the United States under those controversial circumstances, of course, those 5 Taliban leaders who were sent right back basically to the battlefield, one of which had told a relative that he was going to go back and start to fight Americans almost immediately. Well, this morning, some breaking news on what he's doing and what he's up to.
Right, Defense Department actually saying that his transfer from the therapy phase to a regular soldier's job that he could be starting as soon as this morning is just part of his reintegration back into Army life. He's actually going to live in barracks and have 2 other soldiers with him by his side to help with the adjustment.
Well, it's great that he's doing better, but there are a lot of people looking in saying, wait a minute, we already heard from guys he worked with. Understand, this guy's a deserter. Why isn't he in the midst of a court-martial?
Right.
Well, apparently he is going to be meeting with the fellow who is Major General Kenneth Dahl, who is investigating whether or not there should be a court-martialing. We'll find out if anything happens with that. But we asked you what you thought, and we got lots of email, didn't we?
That's right. Pam in Las Vegas says this. Let me get this straight. Military sending pink slips to soldiers on the battlefield, but Bergdahl gets to go back on active duty. Makes no sense. Pink slip him.
That's a great point, Pam in Las Vegas. Ron writes us on Twitter. He will be in the equivalent of protective custody for prisons. He won't go to a unit. He will be placed in a DOD office. He's going to be at the Army North Headquarters in Fort Sam Houston, which is in San Antonio.
Charles on Twitter says, are the 2 other soldiers recovering deserters too? Is this the birth of Deserters Anonymous and pink slips to real soldiers? Interesting stuff. Well, as long as he is not been court-martialed and hasn't been released, he can't do interviews. So we won't really hear that side of the story, as has been the case with this administration in the past, whether it's Lois Lerner or whether it's the Benghazi people. Threaten them. Don't let them talk.
Interesting note there, Steve. Well, coming up, a neighbor